What's going on, everyone? D Style here. Thanks to those that'll be joining me live and those joining me on archive. Press the like button if you want. Press the unlike button if you want. You know, whatever you want to do. If you know, whatever you want to do. I shouldn't be here that long. There's not an invitation for a link. Don't ask me for a link, guys. No open forum. This is a standalone. I just want to give my thoughts. People live in an archive will hear them. Okay? You know, I want to be honest about some stuff, and I want to give you guys my perspective. After all, here on YouTube, the way it works is when you come to a channel, you come to listen to the YouTuber's thoughts. You're here to listen to my opinion. All right? You're not here to hear your opinion. You're here to listen to my opinion. What's up, Ron Neal? Now, I don't feel like I should have to repeat the things I've already said about the fight itself. I've said that in numerous videos. If you're wondering, the archive is there. All right? Look at the videos. You can look at my post-fight and the aftermath. It's all there. So I don't want to dive into that. And I've elaborated multiple times on a lot of things. All right? I have. Check it out. In the genesis of this, and I'm not being biblical, but the very beginning of this, you know, I always listen to what somebody has to say. I don't shut down information, right? And that's one of the problems now. Oh, that's stupid. You know what I mean? People just ignore it. They don't look further into it and just let it die. Well, that's not the way I roll. Not today, not tomorrow. And I'm also open to information. I gave my thoughts, what was that, yesterday? I gave further thoughts. I've been looking at some of the photos closely. I've been listening to different people's opinions. And where I stand right now in terms of the glove, it's just my honest opinion, is that it is unlikely that Tyson Fury's hand was in the wrist area or in the internal part of where the palm would be. One of the photos that surfaced where it looks like knuckles, as I looked at it, I did say, I mean, of course, and it's nothing wrong with people pointing out that looks like a pair of knuckles, right? Inside the wrist. But when and people were asking about the tape and, you know, and look, I'm working long hour shifts and, you know, you just look at a photo, you move on. So even I said, man, that could definitely be, I don't know if it was intentional, but it's definitely possible. So I didn't shut it out. All right. I didn't. But as I looked further into it, Showbiz the adult did point out that if you look at that same photo, you could see the fingers of Tyson Fury because the gloves are partial horsehair. All right. There's one thing you need to keep in mind. And the fingers of Tyson Fury, you could see the fingers on the upper layer where the fingers belong. All right. So I just need to point that out. That on that photo, you can see that. And just like it would be asked to me, well, why does that look like a pair of knuckles? Why does it look like a pair of fingers all the way up top? And you have to consider that. All right? You have to look at that. Now, if somebody could provide me with an explanation why that looks like a pair of fingers, then I'd like to hear that. Right? We can. I'm willing to explore that. But I see what I see as well. And it's also already been explained why you could see the tape. And me, as you know, I have seen people tape their hands, and yes, you could see the skin on the palm, The palm is not taped like that. All right. With that said, the issue with the floppy glove in the first fight is a problem. Okay. We want to make sure that doesn't happen again. I do have an issue with the glove being not being tight enough. In my opinion, they need to make sure that the glove is tighter in the third fight. All right. One, just to avoid any controversy. Two, in case he is trying to get away with stuff so it doesn't happen again. And I hear you, King. I hear you, King Corleone. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Tyson Fury was caught with an issue with a thumb on the glove, and they replaced the glove accordingly. The refs check the gloves in every fight. Now, that doesn't mean that he doesn't do other shit in other fights so he didn't get caught. But the fact of the matter is, in this fight, what people are bringing up, I've come to the conclusion that I don't believe his hand was in the palm area of the glove, is what I'm saying. And I've explained why. Like, if I'm saying that, the other thing has nothing to do with it. We can concede the fact that there was something fishy going on with the glove in a previous fight. We can concede the fact that Tyson Fury has popped dirty before. Right? It doesn't mean that's what happened in this fight. They knew about all this before he signed to fight Wilder the first fight. You knew about him popping dirty before they signed the first fight. We can't make it an issue when Wilder loses all of a sudden. You okay? That's all I'm saying. I do have an issue with the glove being loose, especially the left glove. Okay? Tyson Fury likes to kind of slap, and the reason for that is to hold the opponent's head, okay, to set him up with the right hand. We should make it easier for him to have an open hand like that with a loose glove. We shouldn't, have situations where the glove gets floppy like it was in the first fight. That is an issue. I'm not saying there's no tricks going on here. I'm talking about the fist, being inside the wrist and all that. Okay. That has already been brought up. Okay. I'm not even here telling people, oh, I've debunked it. That's not even what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that I don't believe that's where the hand was. I've rewatched the fight. I think there would be far more evidence if that was the case. All right. If that's where the fist was. Okay, Maxilla, whatever you say. I'm on the fence. Look, it doesn't mean that I'm not open to other stuff, but at some point, guys, if you keep looking and looking and looking, you have to admit that you have a confirmation bias if you just keep looking and looking and looking for something. You have to admit that. At least admit it. The glove's bending in a weird, awkward angle. That could be explained by two things. The glove, even people defending Fury have admitted that, it's because he doesn't like the glove that tight on the wrist area, which would help explain why the glove looks awkward at times. But my point is it shouldn't be loose like that. Right? It shouldn't be loose like that, is what I'm saying. That I've been very consistent about. And every fight, it should, okay, fine. He got caught before with a thumb. Check his damn thumb on that glove every time. All right, so, we can't let him get away with having a, in the left hand arm or wrist area, whatever. We can't let him get away with having that loose. All right, we can't. What I'm talking specifically is where the hand was. In the photo that people are looking at, you can see the fingers on the edge where the fingers go. on the glove. The glove is partial horsehair. That's why you could see it. You know what I'm saying? EJ says Fury's been cheating. That's your opinion. That's what you believe. Okay. I respect your opinion. I just disagree in terms of going that strong with it. You know what I mean? But we got to make sure that it is tight around the wrist, is what I'm saying. Right? We have to make sure of that. Now, if you want to say, well, Batista, you're saying it's not tight enough. Look, it should be tight on the wrist area. Period. It shouldn't be optional. I don't want to hear, oh, well, look, Fury himself said to the ref, hey, my glove's out of place. Help me. It doesn't matter. We just shouldn't have a situation where the glove gets floppy like that. Period. It just shouldn't be an issue. I was just addressing a specific photo that's out there where on that same photo, you can see what looks like, in my opinion, all right, taking into account what I know about that glove, the type of glove it is, you can see Fury's fingers, okay, on the edge, right where the fingers go. His fingers aren't that long where his knuckles are going to be all the way down to the palm area. That's all I'm saying. Maxilla, bro, like you're pushing it, bro. Somebody get rid of that comment right now. I've told you countless times, right? So stop using that fucking word on my channel, bro. Like I'm telling you right now. I've told you countless times. Where's that comment at? God damn. Countless times. If you want to go get somebody else demonetized, go do that. I don't got time for this. I don't want anybody talking about rape and none of that crap. Okay? Seriously. Holy shit. Now the other thing. D-Style. It's alleged that Fury had issues with his A sample. Maybe he did. I don't know. We're all going to find out whether or not he passed his drug test. Look, I don't subscribe to the whole, he's too quiet. Oh, something must be up. Like, I don't subscribe to all that. Right? There's no rule that says you got to go celebrate a certain way or you got to be doing a bunch of interviews after a fight. I just don't subscribe to the whole, if you're too quiet, you must be guilty about something. I don't. Doesn't mean he's not guilty. We're going to find out anyway. The tests are coming out anyway. All right? So it doesn't matter what people are alleging. We're going to find out anyway whether or not the dude, okay, passed or not. All right? If he passes all his tests, if it comes out that he passed all his tests, then the people alleging it now need to apologize, all right, or retract what they said and not make a conspiracy out of it. Oh, it was covered up. And you know what I mean? Because this is what you could go down a very slippery slope once things are not going the way you're suspecting, right? It's a very slippery slope. When you're constantly looking for confirmation bias and things don't go your way, well, it must be because of this, it must be because of that. Well, Fury was too quiet. Well, what do you mean he passed? I don't believe he passed. Like, I'm just being honest. And nobody could look, man. Ain't nobody could come here and tell. Well, you didn't say this when this guy said that. I've been very consistent on here for 9 years. All right, like I'm just saying. So, like I'm just saying, if he comes out, if he pops dirty, just like in any fight, it's gonna come out anyway. If he pops dirty, just like I do with anybody else that pops dirty for this fight, believe me, I will speak out, all right, about Tyson Fury popping dirty. If he doesn't pop dirty, then that's it. You know what I mean? He's not dirty. Simple as that. And it doesn't matter. Well, this guy said this. It doesn't matter what they say. We're going to find out anyway about the test. It's almost out. And yes, sometimes it does take 2-3 weeks or so for the final result, right? What we do know is that the lead up to the fight, as of right now, Tyson Fury failed no test on the lead up to the fight. We do know that. Nor did Wilder fail any test. The question is, did he fail the final test? It appears he passed all the random tests, unless something came out and, before. But we will see. All right? We will see if he does or not. Like, you know what I mean? The results are going to come out anyway. That's it. What's going on, AJ10? What did you retract, AJ10? It would be a bad look for boxing if he fails. Absolutely. I never said Fury won because of confirmation biases. I don't know what you mean by that, John. That's not remotely what I said. Fury won because he was a better fighter that night. Right? As of right now, that's what the data tells us. Oh, Batista, what if he pops dirty? Then we will address, let's find out what the drug is. We will address it then. And of course, anyone who pops dirty should not get credit for any performances. Absolutely. But nothing has come out that he popped dirty. At all. So we have to wait and see what comes out. Okay? Vada always releases the results. Well, John, I want to see a third fight. It doesn't matter what anybody says. Right? I don't mind people asking questions and wondering things. I don't even mind the people suspecting that Tyson Fury may have, used performance enhancers. If it comes, like if Tyson Fury passes all tests and he did not pop dirty, then that would just show us that they were very impressed by Tyson Fury because they thought he was on performance enhancers. All right? At the end of the day, fighters are guilty until proven innocent in boxing. This isn't a murder trial or something like that. This is boxing. That's why they get tested. We're suspicious of every fighter, even the fighters that haven't tested positive. We test them all. And if people want to hold him as, hey, and to me, I think the motherfucker cheated and they want to wait on the test, they have every right to feel that way. I don't have an issue with it at all. It's not the way I look at things. It's not how I look at it, but if people want to see it that way, that's fine. I'll be a liar if I've never suspected some fighters performing, having performance enhancers. I haven't suspected of fighters before. All right? And I wanted them tested. Okay? And of course, I found it suspicious when they didn't want to test. I think a lot of you know what I'm talking about. But Tyson Fury did get tested. So we're going to find out anyway. And if he passes all tests, then I will say, man, he must have really impressed the people that thought he was on performance enhancers. And if you say, oh no, well, he's taking something that can't be caught by Vada and all that, then who's to say all these other fighters aren't using performance enhancers then by that logic? So we will see what he tests. I will shred him if he comes out positive. Believe me, it'll happen. Absolutely, BFT. We should know the result. Those results will come out. Guys have popped dirty and it's come out 3-4 weeks later. So we should definitely know the result. A lot of times the ones that come out early after the fight are tests that were done randomly during the fight process. People absolutely should know the result of the test. Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt. If the test, like if 4 or 5 weeks pass by and we still haven't heard anything, then absolutely we should question that. There's nothing wrong with questioning the process at all. This is boxing. This is not a squeaky clean sport. The fans should hold the entire process accountable. Christian, I agree. Both guys want to fight each other. Let's do it. Oh, Dilltown. Oh, shit. Okay. That's Sean. All right. Gotcha. I agree. We should know. I'm not arguing with that point at all, BFTP. You got no argument for me. We should know the result. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. All right? Like, not only should the opposing team know, the fans should know. Absolutely. I just wanted to come on here and give you my thoughts on the situation. Right? Those are my thoughts as it stands right now. Every day we're learning something new or being enlightened by something new. Be open to evidence. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. But when there's a good answer for it, at least consider it. Okay? Don't just shut down what people are saying. All right? Boxing is an evolving sport, and rules. Since boxing started, we've been adding rules and regulations to stop guys from doing fishy shit. Since it started, right? So if we as boxing fans collectively say, yeah, I don't like the fact that dude's wrist isn't tight enough around the glove. If that's what we say, right? If we agree that's wrong, then we have to make sure moving forward that everyone's around, like the wrist area, the glove is tight. So that'll stop more controversy regarding that, right? It's like software, right? How does software work? They constantly improve a product or a computer, whatever it is. So the software of boxing needs to do an update, download a new update, and make sure that this doesn't happen again. Because that first fight, that floppy glove, I've said it countless times, I do have an issue with that floppy glove in that first fight. And you could tell me all day, oh, well, it's not. Fury didn't really hurt Wilder in that first fight. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't happen. All right? Those are my thoughts. And I do got to run, guys. I appreciate everyone that joined me live. All right? I appreciate everyone that heard my thoughts, whether you agree, disagree, right? Thumbs it up, thumbs it down, whatever you want to do. Okay? And by the way, whether you think Fury is guilty or innocent, whether you think he's guilty or innocent, if you think he's guilty, you want to see the test to make sure that he is guilty. You want to have the proof. Right? If you think he's innocent, you should want to see the test. So you can say, see, he was clean. Regardless of what you think. If you're like me, you're just waiting for the data to come in, you should still want to see the test. Right? This is D-Style Boxing. I'm out, guys. Peace.